Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you're new. Today we're in the late model series here at Concord. This is a very tough, like little tiny triangle, like really a very fast track, but you have to take it really slow. I know I can get down to like the mid to low fives. I ran a 5:30 in my last practice, but if I can just run in the fives, I'd be happy, or a low six, that would be fine. Try not to smash into the wall. But this track is very difficult. Just gonna try to do our best here. You want to be right along the bottom everywhere, but these corners are very tight. Very easy to get loose if you overdrive it. Probably gonna overdrive it here in qualifying a bit, and I'll take it easier in the race. Just trying to get down to the bottom to get a good exit, because if you overdrive turn 3, it's real bad. All right, we got a mid 5. I'll take that. I'm drifting off of turn 1 there. It's very easy to spin out of this track. Into turn 3 here. Off of the little turn 2 triangle, like the tip of the triangle. 6:44 on the second lap. It's not awful. Goddamn, he's down in the 3s. That's flying. A 3 is flying. I've never even gotten into the 4s yet, but I'm happy with a mid 5 there. We should be pretty decent for qualifying. With that time, I think we'll probably start like 5th to 8th, maybe something like that, depending on where Kyle gets here. In the 9 of Brad and Cody in the 7 also, and it should be a decent starting spot for us. 50 laps is going to be very tiring. My arms are going to be tired after this one, just constantly turning, but try not to wreck the car and do our best here. Alright, we stayed in 5th here. Kyle got just behind us with a low 6. I'm happy we're starting in 5th, because at least we're on the bottom, because the bottom is definitely the place you want to be for these corners. Top lane can definitely pinch you down, but there's not much grip up there, really. So it's going to be hard for them to do that. You can probably get by a guy on the bottom. But should be a fun race. Should be a really fun race. Great lap by Steven or Stefan, however you want to say it. I'm going to say Steven because that's the most normal way for me to say it. But I know some people have different pronunciations for their word if it's spelt the same as another one and stuff. I'm just going to say it's Steven. Great lap. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, though. Very quick there. He will probably end up winning. It's him or the 4. They are flying up there with the 4 having a low 4. And Aaron. There's a couple Aarons in here, I think, actually. Yeah, because Aaron in the number 11 also. And there's another Austin in here also in number 2. That's kind of funny. But hopefully we can have a pretty good race. No cautions in this series. 50 laps is going to be crazy. Hopefully we can get this race unscathed. That would be very nice. But we're starting right behind the other Austin. And hopefully we can try to stay top 5. That's my goal for this race, being car 5 out of 15 cars here. That would be pretty nice. I'd be happy with that. Because we lost a decent bit of iRating in the ARCA race. We were car 14th, finished like 17th. I destroyed my tires in that race at Twin Ring. Twin Ring was a very tough track, though. A track I've never ran at before, but very fun. I would run it again, but I know they're not going to go back there for a long time. Alright, getting ready to take the green. 50 laps here. My arms are going to be so tired. I already know it, because when I was practicing, just holding right up here, my right arm was so tired at the end of just practicing some. 12 car was sleeping a little bit, so we get that spot pretty easily. And I'm going to try to take it somewhat easy to not absolutely kill my right side tires. Try not to get too sideways going into these corners. Try not to overdrive them too much. 18.272. Just be nice and smooth on throttle. Top 3 are already pulling away, though. They are so smooth already. 12 cars trying to get to us. I have a much earlier braking than he is into turn 3. That's the one thing at this track I'm worried about. Like, everyone's slowing up. It looks like there's already some wrecks. I heard somebody hitting the wall. Not sure where. Yep, slow car on the bottom. They're side by side for the lead. Oh my God.
Stay up top, man.
Jesus.
Come on.
Stay high. Stay high. 17.0.
The leaders hit some people. I think we're 3 wide.
Outside.
No, we're 2 wide with the other
Still
Austin.
out there.
Yeah, those lap cars, there's a lot wrecked there on the front stretch.
Got him slow on the top side.
Don't know how bad the 2 car got it here. I know they look like the 4 got it
Why would
decent.
you think it would be a good idea
Miss
to
them?
pull
Okay, we
back
got a
onto the
4X and
racetrack
kind of ghosted through them though.
Stay in that rhythm.
I tried to duck, but that didn't work.
That is one of the dumbest things I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, there was like 3-4 guys wrecked here on the front stretch, and somehow we're in
The
second
whole
now.
racetrack was clogged.
Yeah, it
with
was.
stopped cars.
I was checking up, but nobody else was.
There's an open lane until you pulled up in front of me.
That was funny. I think Aaron got into the other Aaron. But hell, somehow we're in second.
6, 7.
That is nuts. It is very easy to flip these cars as well if you get up on that wall. On the outside, these things do flip quite easily, surprisingly. I think the 2 of the other Austin is faster than me, but I don't know if he has any left side like damage to his tire from any of that on the front stretch, or just with the 4 car going into turn 1. Think he is still faster than me. If he gets under me, I'm gonna let him go. I'll be happy with the top 3. It's a surprise that we're up to second with that carnage. That's what happens in these series though, with no cautions. If you can keep your car clean, miss the huge wrecks like that, you'll be good to go. I think I go in too shallow into turn 1 is one of my problems.
Slow on the bottom.
Slow on the bottom. That doesn't sound good. See some smoke. Looks like they're off the track already. He's going to take it inside. Go ahead.
1, 7. Still inside.
Got a lap car there. Give him room.
Still there.
Try not to put ourselves in the wall.
Clear inside.
And maybe we can learn a little bit off of him. Because he is definitely a little quicker than us.
17.3.
See if where I'm going wrong at on my line. I was doing okay there, like coming off turn 1, going into the little like quick shoot of turn 2. He checks up a lot more through the center of the corner. He definitely is going in a little bit wider than me into turn 1. Do have a decent gap back behind us, but hopefully I'm not killing my tires too much for the end of this race. We're only 13 laps in. Leader's really not too far ahead. He's 3 seconds ahead. We're not catching him, but honestly, for like 14 laps in, I'm happy with that. And also, I checked up for that wreck. I don't know how much he did up there, or if he got into anything, because him and Aaron in the 4 car were side by side going into the front stretch where that entire pileup was. And I think Aaron got the worst of it. I don't know if Steven up there got into anything. He might have gotten out scot-free. We'll go back, see all the carnage after the race. I'm somewhat keeping up with Austin, but he's definitely pulling me slow and steady. It seems more like through turn 1 is where I'm getting killed at. And maybe off turn 3 as well. Because I'm trying to like carry speed through turn 1, but that may be hurting me some. You can run slightly higher in turn 3 and it's not that bad. There's like a huge hill in turn 3 you can like get turned down on. Turn 1, it's kind of just like, it's definitely, everything's banked here, but it's a lot flatter through turn 1. Turn 3 has like a real downhill coming off of it, and turn 1 is like the opposite, so it's a lot harder to get into that corner and keep the speed. The 4 car is a lap down back in 8th, but he is starting to come to us. He's 2 seconds back right now. He catches us, I'll just let him by. He's a lap car at this point. No reason to battle him, but the 12 car is 2.5 back from us now, so we're still pulling on him. The 3 car is catching him, so they might battle a little bit. And I'm somewhat keeping pace with Austin here. Hell, if we finish top 3, I'd be stoked with that, because I really thought we were going to struggle a lot more. We got a little lucky with the huge wreck and the guy flipping, and we ghosted through him. Because I kept trying to go low, and his car just kept bouncing low and lower on the track. It was bad. Bad news. Leader's actually backing up to us a little bit, but he could just be really saving his stuff. Not going too hard. So when Austin in front of me catches him, or starts to catch him anyways, he might just start pulling away.
16.849.
Aaron's not really catching us behind either, so we're running decent laps right now, which I'm happy with, but honestly, I could be pushing it too hard. Nearly halfway in the race. I'm just happy I'm hitting turn 3 right. That's the corner I felt the most uncomfortable in. But I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at it. Not saying I'm good at it or anything, but I'm just like slowing down early for it to get to the bottom. Because you really need to get to the bottom to get in the exit like that. And that's going to help you out the most, I feel like. 3.5 back to 4th place, though, which is awesome. So I have more of a gap back to 4th than the leader does to me, which is great news. 16.9, not bad for halfway through the race. Really not too much fall off. What is it, like half a second for the really fast guys? Running the same time as me? Austin in front of me is definitely running like a tenth or half a tenth better than me. But it's not even half a second slower than our qualifying time was.
Outside.
Especially for me, because I was slower in qualifying, ran a mid-5. That lap's not going to look as good. Yeah, 17.0, trying to get by the 11 there. Was really slow coming off turn 3 to not slide up on him. And had a really bad angle into turn 3 also. But yeah, all I did for this fixed setup was I turned the steering ratio to 10-to-1 because 12-to-1 felt like too long, like too slow for this track for me. These cars, I do like the 10-to-1. I don't know what it is about the late models. Most other cars are like 12 to or 14, depending on the track. But these cars at this track, I wanted the 10-to-1. I think I did the same thing at Martinsville last week. And then I turned the brake bias down to like 57.6 to try to help the rotation getting on the brakes a little bit. And I think that might have helped out. Yeah, Aaron behind us, the 4 car, is still 2 seconds back, so we're running solid times. He definitely went in, got his quick repair and stuff, because his front axle might have been screwed up or something. Ooh, overdrove that a little bit too much, got on the gas too early. I felt like I was in a groove and I just overdrove it a little bit too much. Already lap 32. This race flies by. My right shoulder's already getting tired, though. Especially after going to the gym the last couple days. My arms have been like so sore anyways, so doing this race is making them worse, like more tired. But it's very fun. Austin's starting to check out in front of me. The leader is starting to pull away slightly as well, which I'm kind of keeping almost the same times at like a 16.9. I'm a little bit on a slower on a 9 now. I'm not on the low 9 inside. I'm on like the middle 9 or higher 9s. But still running good. Very happy about it. Aaron's starting to catch us from behind. I got 4.7 back to 4th place. I'm not that worried. I could take it pretty easy and still get top 3 here, which I'm stoked about. I just have to not screw this up myself by getting loose into a corner, off a corner. I could run like 17.1s consistently and still be completely fine. Which I don't want to run that slow. I'm still gonna drive the car as hard as I can while hitting my marks. Overdrove 3 a little bit, got on gas a little bit too early, or too hard I should say. If I can stay in the under the 17s, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy with that. But this track can get very hypnotizing, just constant turning. It can get very dizzying. I don't even know if that's a word. Like, you can get very dizzy from it. A lot of dizziness will come from this track, focusing on it. Especially when you get spread out like this, you're not really battling anybody. Do have some lap traffic coming up ahead where Steven's at up there. Yeah, Kyle is 4.7 back at the moment. Nearly 5 seconds. And Aaron's slowly catching us in the 4 car at 1.4 back. My tires are definitely starting to wear probably more than the guys around me because the leader's still taking off from me. Austin's slowly getting further away. Aaron's slowly pulling me in. So the fast guys are starting to pull away later on in this race, which I figured would happen. I'm just happy I did as well as I did in the beginning. Wish we wouldn't have got the Ghost 4X from the guy flipping. I wish we would have just missed them completely. But luckily it didn't damage our car. I'll take the Ghost 4X and no damage over a damaged car. Because that would have sucked.
17.1.
Yeah, 17.177. That was not a good lap. Car is starting to get a little bit more tight. Especially through 3. Getting to the flat part of the track on the exit, it's getting real tight. And I'm just trying not to put it in the wall anywhere. Going a little higher, try to get a better exit. That is much better than going in low into turn 3.
17.128.
But Aaron is catching us from behind. Kyle's starting to catch us slightly back there. He's down to 4 seconds, but we're coming up to like 6 laps to go right now. I'm very happy with our performance in this race. I think if there wasn't that wreck, we would have been 4th because we were already in front of the 12. The only one we got by Austin and Aaron. Aaron was the only one we're not by at this, or we are by at this point because Austin got back by in front of us because he's very quick.
17.143. 5 to go.
5 laps to go. I don't know how many laps down Aaron is. I don't know if he's gonna try really hard to get by me or anything. He gets close to my bumper, I'll just back off, let him go. Or I don't know if he's gonna back off just to not try to pass me.
17.07.
But he might try to pass me, which is completely fine. I'm not worried about it. As long as we don't get together, I'll be fine. Counting down these laps now.
17.051.
Got 3 to go right now. My right shoulder is so tired. Got a little loose into turn 3 there.
Couple more.
2 more times around. Leader's not really that far in front of us. I'm interested to see how far ahead he is. I've really sucked these last, the last 10 laps of this race has been not good for me. But good enough to where we're going to be in 3rd still.
White flag this time.
White flag. I think Aaron's just backing off, not trying to catch me or anything at this point, which is fine. Thank you.
17.152.
But I want to go back, see all the replays of all that carnage on the front stretch and see how that started. Because that was absolutely crazy. But we'll take home the top 3.
Good job,
I'll
Steven.
take that. Yeah, good win by Steven.
Good win.
We were 4.5 behind him. Not too bad. I'll take that, though.
That's it.
Good win.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
And we will park it right here to get out of the car. I'll take home top 3, though. Being car number 5, too. That's going to be a decent iRating day. I'm very happy with that. But let's go back to the beginning. Where was that, all of a sudden, slow lap? Because there was a massive wreck. And I want to see what happened to him up here. Oh, they weren't side by side. Oh, yeah, they were side by side through 3. He checked up to try to get up in the lane. And then this guy is just coming all the way up the track where there's traffic coming. He could have taken a hard... He could have taken a hard left while that guy's moving. But people in these races want to be impatient. And want to just come up the track because they can start moving again. And Aaron got it pretty bad in that front left and the front right in the wall. And then he came up into Austin being slowed up from that incident because he was trying to go by on the outside. Didn't quite work. They got together some. And then I got by both of them. We were 3 wide there for a second. But that was crazy. I want to see how that started. See all the incidents in the race. The 12 car was so slow off the start. I don't know if he was in 3rd gear or what happened there. 8 car got in a little too deep, got sideways, overcorrects, got into the 13, the 13, got into the 14. Wow, that guy almost, the 9 car Brad nearly made it through that. That was close. And then this is the whole mess on the front stretch. How did these guys all end up in it? Because I didn't see everybody end up in it. That car went flipping. The 13 ended up going flipping from the 8, overcorrecting it, got up into the 13. 13 got straight into the wall. 14 got sent inside. 7 car got into the back of them. 10 car nowhere to go. Where's the 11 car in all this? Where is the 11 car? Here he comes. He was so far back from this. Like, he could have just gone high. But he completely brakes. Oh, and then as soon as he starts to go, wow, the entire front stretch is blocked. That was a mess. Like, he tries to start to go and gets stuck on the 7. I don't know why. He should have just kept gassing it. Like, gas it, go left. And he just got stuck on him and put sideways. Then they back up. And here comes the entire field. And here they go. And wrecks. What a mess that is. Such a mess that is. 7 car doing drifting lessons. Oh, and this is where he flipped. He goes flipping down the track. I end up getting into him, but we goes through him, luckily. Everybody else misses him, luckily, which is good. And then let's get through the rest of this race. That was literally the first 5 laps. 12 car got up into the wall pretty hard. Hit the right front really tough. Brad losing it through 3. Gets up into that wall. Gets into the bottom wall, too. And it looks like it blew his engine. Unfortunate. This is Steven up front. Scraped the wall? Yeah, just barely. Just kissed it. 7 car gets loose off of turn 3. Just spins it out. Everybody miss him. Nope, he went to the pits. Okay. I thought he was gonna try to either back up or do a 180, get back going. 3 car got into the wall there. 12 car gassing it up a little bit. Got into the wall 4 pretty hard. Almost flipped himself. That's what I was saying about climbing the wall there. And is that the end of the race? Yeah, that's the end of the race. So not too many incidents after the initial like big wreck on the front stretch, which is crazy. But hey, somehow we finished 3rd. I'm super happy about that. Should have a pretty good iRating day, which is great because I need that from the ARCA day we had on Monday night. You guys saw Tuesday. So let's go see what we get out of the iRating here. All right, results are in. Strength of field just under 2,300, not too bad. There was 3 splits, so a bunch of people registered to run this, which is nice. But we got up to 2nd, fell back to 3rd, ran 3rd for majority of the race, but I'll take it. Gains 41. That's definitely better than what we lost at Twin Ring, which is great. I'm very happy about that. Almost back up to a 3,300. Hopefully the truck race is good to us this week, or maybe I'll run the Cup car since they're at the Roval this week. We'll see. Don't know which one I'm going to do yet because I know Cup's at Roval. Not 100% sure where Truck's at because they're off this week, I'm pretty sure. So not sure 100% what we're going to run this week. So I might jump in the Cup car because the Roval and the road racing on the Cup car has been a lot of fun. So I'm interested in that. To try to run that and get some road rating for the week, which will be fun. But good race up front. Once we got past all that chaos, it was pretty easy going. Only a couple guys with a 0x through the whole race. The 6 car and the 1 car who won the race. He was out front. Luckily, didn't get caught up in that mess in the front. Sucks for the 4 car that he got caught up in that and had to go take his fast repair because he would have finished top 3 most likely. He was battling with Steven there in the beginning, so it was good racing up front until everything happened. So it is what it is. I'm happy to finish 3rd. Very lucky with all that. Got a 4X, lost a little bit of safety. That's okay. We'll get it back at some point. I'm not worried about that, but overall, very fun race. Very tough as well, especially when there's a wreck and it clogs up the entire front stretch. So be careful with that if you run this and have some fun on this track. It's very tiring, just 50 straight laps going around this place and your arm will get tired. Like my right arm up here is just tired from turning and it's a lot of fun. So appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race and I'll catch you guys in the next one.